28 years ago this week, Platt's last-gasp volley in extra time against Belgium put Bobby Robson's team into the quarter-finals of Italy '90 and gave the then Aston Villa midfielder a platform to forge a successful and lucrative career in Italy. There was some irony in the way things panned out for Chadderton-born Platt, who had been discarded as a youngster by Manchester United but ended up becoming something of a goal-scoring talisman for his country as a replacement for injured Brian Robson, dubbed Captain Marvel by both United and England. Robson had been injured in the group stages when Platt twice featured as a substitute. He was on the bench again for the last 16 clash with the Belgians in Bologna, the last time the two sides met in a tournament, but his big moment arrived when he was sent on for Steve McMahon in the 71st minute with the game still goalless. He has recalled the balmy June night many times. I can remember little snatches of the game, John Barnes having a volleyed goal harshly disallowed, Belgium hitting the woodwork twice. I can still see Enzo Cifo hitting the post with a tremendous strike from 25 yards. I was at the other end of the bench from Bobby Robson and didn't have much contact with him. Having since been a manager, I now know that the emotions he must have been going through were far more intense than mine. In the last minute of extra time there was a free kick in the center. Gaza Paul Gascoigne was on it. I was in the box trying to get a yard and a half of space. I was spinning, the ball dropped over my shoulder and I just tried to get something on it. There wasn't a great deal of power. It's all technique. I saw it going in and fell to my knees. Everything was intuitive, the way I met and hit their ball and then dropping to my knees. Instinct just took over. I'd never ever dropped to my knees after scoring before. I don't know why I did, but when you score a goal like that you just go outside yourself for a bit. Everything is surreal. The adrenaline surges so great it's as if I really was in a different place, a different world. Don't get me wrong, the goal wasn't a fluke. I had an eye for getting on the end of that sort of ball and the technical ability to finish those chances off. I worked hard on practicing overhead kicks and volleys in training at Aston Villa, but even so, if I had reenacted the chance against Belgium 10 times in training the next day, there's a very good chance I wouldn't have scored once from it. It was just one of life's rare, perfect moments. Unfortunately, Platt could not share the euphoria with his teammates after the final whistle because he was nabbed by the dope testers. Platt had earned his place in the starting 11 and went on to add another goal with a header in the quarter-final win over Cameroon, convert a penalty in the losing shootout to West Germany in the semi-final before heading another goal in the third-place playoff defeat to Italy in Bari. His performances put him on the transfer radar of several Serie A clubs, and it was Bari who bought him from Villa for £5.5 million the following summer. Platt also had spells with Juventus and Sampdoria, where he forged a lifelong friendship with Roberto Mancini, who appointed him as his number 2 during his spell as Manchester City manager. Between 2010 and 2013, as he has said, if I hadn't scored the goal, I might still have ended up playing in Italy, but realistically, I'm sure it was the catalyst. Italian clubs were looking for international names, and before the goal, I was only really known as a club player with Aston Villa. The goal was a big catalyst. Gareth Southgate's England will be hoping for a similar moment of inspiration